Authentic. Good morning, everybody. I hate advertisements. No thank. I don't try this for free. Gotta learn to smoke the Buddha. I'm so glad you showed me but really makes me happy. I go, it just can't let me. I go, there's something about it. I go, it just can't let me. I go, smoking that hydro, won't let it make I go. Smoking that hydro, won't let it make I go. Smoking that hydro, won't let it make I go. Smoking that hydro, won't let it make I go. The rhythm is slow, so it's gonna give me a sign. If you want the water, the rhythm is slow, so it's gonna give me a sign. Gotta get into my third, smoking, not jumping on wood. I'm fucked up, I don't really got me buzzed. Taking a hit at the blood, gotta get into my third, smoking, not jumping on wood. I'm fucked up, I don't really got me buzzed. My buzz, keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, show me. Keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, show me, keep rolling, butterball in me. Never let me guess and I'm gonna make some what's upon some in the Never make it up in the next song, cycle song, I'm in the flow. Why? What's good, everybody? I'm about to start momentarily. I see you, Betty. Hey, it's been a long time, Betty. Betty Washington, how you doing, Betty? Check out Let's Talk with Betty, y'all. Hey, Betty, hit me up on YouTube. I'll be on YouTube every night. Hit me up on YouTube. I'll how to be on Periscope. What's going on, Rob? All right. What's good, everybody? Welcome to... I forgot the name of this title. Look at me. You can tell I'm tweaking right now, man. Morning Talk with the Bo. That's best that you don't even feel on your title. Like, you can tell you tweaking, man, in the morning. That's what you call wake and bake. When you forget to get your title and stuff, man. Damn, I forgot. I said, welcome to. I'm like, what the hell? Because, I'll be having thick skin only at night, man. And so I am live on YouTube and Periscope at the same time.
What's going on, bro? Donovan in the house. Hey, hey, Betty. Hey, hit me up on YouTube. Betty in the house. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up? Yeah, my YouTube too. That chat with Betty. Yep. Hey, I'm subscribed to your channel, Betty. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you on there at your live streaming. I see you. We all see each other. You know, I got some great collaborations coming up. My name on YouTube, Reese Delk. Just look at Maurice. I got 3 channels. Go look at that right there, and I'm gonna show you. Go right here. This is where you find me at. Yep. This is me right here. I'm gonna show you where I'm at. You'll find me right here. I'm gonna screen share this right here. I'm gonna show people this is my other channel. You dig? And I'm right here. I'm gonna share this, screen share this, and boom, boom, boom. I'm right here. This is where y'all find my other channels at. So I'm right here. Look. Reese Delk. You'll see this right here. I got the 12.1 subscribers right here. You see my other ones? My other channel right here. I got 3 other channels actually, because they always like to censor me and put me in YouTube jail. So I got other channels right here. I'll be over here. Yep, this is my YouTube channel right here. And as you see, I'm live streaming right now with the Wake and Bake. And so I'm over here. Hold on, did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. You know what? I didn't do it right with my dumb ass. Hold on. I didn't even do it right. Hold on. Oh, yes. No, I forgot to do this. This is what I forgot to do. Hold on. See, I got to get used to this computer stuff. Oh, I know what I did wrong. My bad. Watch this. I got to go to the brand and get rid of the brand off. And that's what I did wrong. Yeah, that's what I did wrong. Hold on. Let me go right here. So, I'm still trying to get used to this. Yeah. No, that's cool though. It's right here. This is my YouTube channel. My bad. I showed you. I got other YouTube channels. This is what I'm trying to show right here. Right here. This is where you can also find me at right here. The Reese Delk channel, the Reese Delk vlogcast. I have wonderful guests on there. You know, as people know, I had a guest. I had Brandon Tatum on my channel before. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Tatum, Will Johnson. I be having people on my stuff. Hold on, Brett. Hold on. Let's chat with Brett Betty. Betty, go ahead and let me give you the rinse right here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's cause I show favoritism Thursday. All right. So I'm over here. What up? Mo, I didn't know you had 3 pages. Yes, I got 3 of them. Because look, you know how many strikes I got for hate speech? They get me for hate speech, man. Thought y'all knew, man. They'll get me for hate speech. They will get me for hate speech, and I can't go live for 90 days. You feel what I'm saying? I can't go live for 90 days. Them people don't be playing, dude. I'm telling you, with that censoring. They playing with our platforms. You dig what I'm saying? Okay, I see you over there on YouTube now. All right, you here. All right. Yeah, because I don't like Periscope. I just kind of did this kind of a backup because, as you know, I don't be on Facebook like that. Facebook is dead. I'm in Facebook jail anyway. You can't do stuff on Facebook. You can't talk the way you on Facebook the way you do on YouTube. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, this is right there. Let me go keep moving. Okay, yep. I already subscribed to it anyway. I subscribe to everybody's channel. What's up, Drew? All right, you got me now. Okay, yeah, I got other channel. I got your other YouTube channel. What's up, John? Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate it. What's up, Raquel? Big Weed in the house. What's up, Big Weed? Big Weed. I like that profile. Hold on, let me go ahead and hold on, where's it at? There you go, Big Weed. There you go. I see a thumbs up right here. Shout out to Big Weed in the house. Big Weed. Come over, Big Weed. You did good. Understand? See, I can't figure out the channel up. D live up. You say your first channel. I believe, you know what? They wiped away a lot of subscribers from me, Betty. They had wiped a whole lot of subscribers away from me. I'd be like, man. So, Hey Betty, if you want to come up, I will send a link. If you want to come up and chat, if you want to come up and talk, we can bring you. Let's chat. You can talk about this. I will put the link in the chat room if you want to come up. You know what I'm saying? You can come on stage. I will send that link, the StreamYard link right there. You want to come on up. You know, because a lot of times I be have open call-ins, open video ins, and it be lit, man. I got like okay, let me go ahead and put the link on there, Betty. Hey, everybody, make sure y'all subscribe to Betty. Go subscribe to her channel right there. Hold on, let me invite. Let me send that link right here. Whatever. Like wherever. There we go. All right, I sent the link. You can just pop on here, Betty. She got the same name as my mama again. What up, Tony? We got Tone in the house. Hey, shout out to Tony Patriot, y'all. Hey, subscribe to him too, man. Hey, Tone got he had one of my great friends, man. One of my favorite dudes. One of my favorite YouTubers, man. I mean, she's really tight, man. One of my best friends, my girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, love her to death, man. Feel like I known her forever. He had Verstine Henry on there last night, man, aka Truth to Talk, man. That's my girl. You know, she's such a sweet person. You know, and you can go follow Truth to Talk too, man. She be spitting it too. She be spitting it too, right here. You dig?
How is everybody?
What up? 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 What up?
Hey, what you doing? Hang on, I got 2 brights of lights.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's a lot better. That's a lot better. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, baby?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just been holding down on YouTube, man. You know.
That's where I've been. YouTube land.
Yeah, everybody been off Facebook, man. Facebook is a dying platform.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. They put me in prison all the time. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care.
Yeah. Yeah.
They find shit on me. Whatever they can.
Oh my God, Betty. It's so many times. Like when I went to YouTube jail, right? The first time I went to YouTube jail for 90 days because I said, what did I say? I said, dang, what did I say? Oh, I made something about the transgender military man. I made my opinion about it. I never said the faggot word. I never said nothing that I hate transgender, but they said it was hate speech. So I couldn't go live for 90 days. And so then it got me again for 90 days for when I said, do you know what a coon on Uncle Tom is? And so I made a backup channel. That's why I got the other 2. I got 3 other channels because, hey, this is my monetized channel right here.
Well, that's great. I mean, when they put me in, how many times? I think I spent 8 months of the year last year in Facebook prison. But no, I seen you was on and I was like, oh my God, that's how I actually started going live. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Mo found me on Facebook. You know, we started with Trump and then he was like, hey, yo, Betty, you want to go live with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so we started going live together. And then I finally got up enough courage to go live myself. And Mo is the reason that now I'm able to go live, do my investigative reporting, and be a normal person and not scared to death.
Hey, I appreciate it. You know, I believe in it. Look, this is my little thing right here. I always tell people, you know, everybody has a voice. You know,
yes.
Like I'm the type of person. If I had a million subscribers, I would still give everybody a platform.
That's right. Yes.
You know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, you know, so I told people, man, you want to start YouTube channel? Holler at me. I'll tell people, go ahead and get you a quick subscribers and we can just do this. Like I told Tony Payne, we said this. I try to want especially every Patriot, I want everybody to get 1,000 subscribers, you know, because I want all our voices get down because they are shutting down. You know, they are censoring us because they're telling fake news in Hollywood. They're telling news, you know, in the media. So we the news. So let us be the news. Let us be the source. Because it's our time. We are the last one standing.
That's right. That's exactly right. I did some stuff on that coronavirus and they actually tried to take it off. I fought them because they were going to put me in YouTube prison. I fought them and they put this damn disclosure on there that you have to click OK to even watch it because I have documentation that this shit has AIDS in it. It's AIDS on steroids.
Damn. Yeah, you know what? That makes a lot of sense what you're saying.
You'll have to go look at it because it says the beast has been unleashed And then you'll see where I also talk about 112,000 bodies being burned in one day through the incinerators, and the incinerator people were coming back and chatting with us. You know, I got a lot of intel now, you know, like right after, who was it? What was it, Somali that got killed or whatever? Right
Yeah.
after he got killed, I had all the pictures, and I went to YouTube prison for about a week.
Yeah. Hey, hold on for a second, Betty. I want to show everybody where they can find you at, you know.
Okay.
And then, you know, I want, you know, hold on, here we go right here. She got some great content over here, man. You know, she does a lot of research and check out. This is where you find Betty at right here. Let's chat with Betty right here. Right here, she got some content. You see, she's constantly, consistently on here, right here. And so, man, make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. You see, I got my notification bell right there because you hit it twice. Make sure that little ring right there, and you can get all the notification because there's sometimes people don't get notifications. Like a lot of people don't get notifications for my stuff, so they got to search for me. You know,
Exactly.
Come on, I got 12,000 subscribers, man, and you got about a few people in the chat room. Come on, something wrong with that censorship right there.
That's exactly right. Oh, Citizen Man is saying that his mom is back from China. He's got some serious info. Ooh, tell us what's going on.
You want to pop up, Citizen Man? I will put the link. You know, but yeah, this is what you find Betty at right here.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that.
Anytime, you know. Yeah.
And that's what we do. We just speak the truth, and we need as many patriots as we can have to speak the truth, because we don't have that many that can speak the truth. Everybody's been torn down. My last YouTube channel had 14,000 subs. I was making $3,000 a month, and they tore it down last February 14th.
That's what they do. That's what they do, because you're not on their agenda. You're not fitting with the narrative. You're not fitting in with that fake ass crowd. You're not fitting in with that.
That's right. Yep. And they've got me on hot radar. I'm telling you, when you have to click OK and submit to see a video, I've never seen that on YouTube in my life, ever. Ever. After I fought them, and then there's one that says chaos, dying, and something else. That's the one I actually had to fight them with, was that video right there. Because they didn't want to show people were falling over dead and stuff. But you know what? That's what people need to see. I mean, why are we being lied to? We pay the CDC to tell us what the hell's going on, to figure out the disease controls and stuff. So why are we being lied to?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Right. We're just being lied to. It's like, man.
Constantly being lied to. They said there's only like 14 people that have it. No, there's thousands and thousands that we don't know about. You can get it from smelling someone's urine. You can get it from smelling someone's feces. You can they could go to the bathroom, and then across town, you walk by a manhole and that shit comes up and you are infected. Just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit is AIDS on steroids, and I'm not kidding you. And it doesn't have any political value. It just likes people. And they're wanting to wipe out, like China said, 2005, that they wanted to do a biochemical weapon to wipe America out and take us over. And that's the only way they knew how to do it. But see, they hit us right at the right time. They did that New Year's Eve thing. People were there globally. And then they put that damn biochemical weapon out, and they all came back to all their countries. And that's why it's global. That's why everybody's global with it.
Yep.
I think they're fucking assholes. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, much love, Tony. What's up, Matt? Matt, good to see everybody over here. Hey, this is the first time I have been like live in a long time early in the morning. I'm more of a
nighttime.
Night owl. So.
That's what I am too. I'm like, I can't believe I'm going on at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. What's going on, Citizen Man?
Ain't nothing, man. Thank you for letting me on, bro. Yeah, speaking of that morning stuff, I'm not turning my camera on either because I look like I just woke up because I did.
Okay, but, I see y'all now. I'm the only brave one here, huh?
I could give you a look, but I might lose subscribers. Well, hang on. I'll let you see. Oh, look at that ugly motherfucker.
Oh, there we go.
That's all you're gonna get. But yeah, Mo, my mom got back from China on the 13th of February. She's been in quarantine for the last 10 days. She says she's got 4 days left in the hotel before she gets to go home. But from what she was telling me in China, even in Beijing, this is not, well, let me say this, because there's a lot of people that think this is just a psyop and they're just overhyping it. It's not a psyop. This is the real deal, Holyfield. The Chinese government is censoring the information that's getting out on social media, even locally. But there are local Chinese news outlets that are reporting what's actually going on. Now, at the mortuaries, what's going on is the men that work at the mortuaries are out in vans picking up bodies off the street because people are literally just dropping dead and picking up bodies from people's homes.
Yes.
Because everybody's dropping dead. The majority, 90% of the dead are military age males. Also, the mortuaries in the city of Wuhan, in certain parts of Wuhan, they're burning up to 1,200 bodies every day. And the vans that they normally would go out and pick up bodies with are they're just regular passenger vans with seats in them. And on a regular day during normal operations, they would pick up about 2 to 3 bodies a day, and that's it. But because of this virus, they had to literally take the seats out of the vans to turn them into like empty container trucks. And they're picking up like 10 to 12 bodies every couple of hours, about 20 to 30 bodies per day.
I seen the white truck. I have the video of it where they're putting bodies in the truck. And I did also catch somebody say that they just ordered 40,000 incinerators. 40,000 incinerators.
Not 40,000, just 40.
No, it's actually 40,000. This Chinese guy got on there, and said that they were lying to us, that it's 40,000.
Ah, so that 40 number might have been just one shipment that people got wind of and were like, hey, here's 40 new incinerators, but it's really 1,000 times that. I see what you're saying.
He said all together in the provinces or whatever, he said it's going to be 1 million incinerators by the time they're done.
Wow. Now, my mom, what she was telling me was normally she's been in China for the last 3 years. And she said normally in Beijing, it's crowded like New York City. Like walking down the street is hell. Crossing the street is hell because there's hundreds of people around you. And she said since the virus outbreak, the streets are like a ghost town in the big city.
Oh, yeah. I have an actual video of Shanghai. And like this guy's out there and he's like, I don't know what's going on, and he was the only one out there. He's like, I don't know what's going on. It may be the virus or something, but I'm the only one out here.
Wow. And there's people that, and there are people there, and there are people there that are not Chinese. They're foreigners. They're on work visas and stuff, and they're acting like complete sheep. Like while all this is going on, the city's on lockdown. These people are going out, going shopping, just enjoying life, and not wanting to leave. And the school that she was working at, they left for their 2 week. They take a 2 week break for the Chinese New Year in January. Yeah. And during the break, they got an email from the school saying they won't have to be returning to work until further notice. And it's it's late February, and they still haven't gotten that notice yet.
Exactly. So, now, did you see in Wuhan that they now have speakers that they're putting on the people's doors and stuff? Not only are they burning them in their homes, but they now will not let them out to get water or food once a week. They are not allowed out at all anymore at all.
Yep, I heard about that. And she told me that she saw actual photographs from a friend of hers who actually fled Wuhan and went to Beijing. And the friend lived in close proximity to one of those new hospitals that they're building. And she showed her photographs of the hospital and all the rooms. They're prisons. Yep. It's a quarantine death camp. And there are tons and tons of reports of people going missing because the people who get caught breaking curfew or not wearing a mask or show any symptoms, like if you cough, you sneeze or something, they're snatching you up. And the death toll is now, according to my mother, because I've been saying, according to reports that I've been getting here, the death toll is easily 10 times what they're reporting. But according to my mother, what she was hearing from people on the ground is the death toll is actually close to 50 times more than what they're telling us. So
Yeah, and
it's
it's
even
like
worse.
100 out of 83% out of 100 people will get it.
Yeah.
And all of those people have it. They all have it because they're all together. They've been, they didn't even tell them. It happened
Yep.
December 15th. That's when 45 died. But then they didn't tell them to put their mask on until January 24th. So we're only
Yep.
1 month the difference of them. In one more week, we're going to see chaos like we've never seen in our lives.
Yep. I believe that. I believe that. Now, as far as the United States goes, I don't think we're in as much danger as China, but we're still in danger because the virus is the way the virus is affecting victims. It seems like the virus seems to be genetically targeting certain people.
Yeah, like
Yes.
men. And it
Right.
also said that
Men
that
of
it's targeting their testicles.
Really? I didn't hear that part, but I did hear that it's only targeting mainly men of Chinese or Asian descent. Those are like the highest risk. Then there's Indian people that are the next risk that are, a little bit higher on or a little bit lower on the infectious scale or a little bit higher. No, it's white people on the lowest end of the infection scale. Then black people a little higher, then Indian people a little higher, then the highest are people of Asian descent. And because we're so genetically mixed here in the United States, our immune systems are actually a little more resistant to these foreign viruses and these synthetic viruses than homogenous populations like the Chinese. Because in China, they're really tough about marrying within their same tribe, marrying Chinese people, reproducing with Chinese people. So their genetics are more homogenous than ours, which naturally would make them more susceptible. Also, another theory that I heard was, now this is just a theory about the race specific thing, but it's based on, what we've been seeing. Now, another theory on why males are being targeted is because of the one child policy, where so many girls were killed off that China, out of all the billion people in the country, they have a gender disparity of 117 males per every 100 females. So there's a lot of homosexuality. And because the Chi-Coms don't do homosexuality, they're targeting men to kill them off to even out the ratio between men and women. That's just another theory that seems to fit the facts that that we're seeing. So I don't know how real that is or how true that is, but what I do know is this is not a psyop. This is not a game. This is not like the Ebola thing. This is not like the SARS thing. This is a real deal extinction level event.
Okay, there was a guy in Harvard that they just arrested. I don't know if you know this, but he's been working for China since 2011, and he built the coronavirus, and he just now went to jail.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that.
You did hear about that?
It was a white guy, right?
Yeah, and now we're trying to find who put the AIDS in it. It's HIV-1.
Yeah.
That's what makes it dangerous. It's not really the coronavirus itself. It's the AIDS, because what the coronavirus does is it goes in and shuts down all your vital organs, and then the AIDS goes in and breaks down your immune system, and then you have nothing. I mean, you're just boom, gone.
Yep. Yeah, because what I was gonna say is pretty much along the lines of what you were saying. We're calling it coronavirus, but it's not the coronavirus. The coronavirus is the base. That's like if somebody gives you a cup of water mixed with cyanide in it and you're calling it water.
Yes.
That's just the base for it. But it's actually a mix of Ebola, AIDS, pneumonia, and coronavirus all mixed together. And they mix them that way because they need the lethality, the contagion, and they want the virus to continue spreading. And
yes,
apparently
it's so contagious that you can get it 60 feet from you. A sneeze can go 60 feet, but it's so contagious you can get it in your ears too. Not just your eyes, but in your ears. I mean, it stays on something for 5 to 28 days. So if you pick something up in the store after somebody does and they say, I don't want this, and then you pick it up a couple of days later, or you touch a door or whatever you do, then boom, you've got it. And then you're carrying it around and you have no symptoms and you're contagious as hell.
Yeah, because most viruses don't last more than a few hours outside the body, but this has lasted for weeks outside the body. That means this is more than just a virus.
Yeah,
This seems like a living.
that
It
motherfucker.
seems like a living organism.
Well, what they said was, okay, they had some people that got cured, but then the virus still lives inside of them and they're contagious.
Also, when they cure you, within 10 to 14 days, the virus actually makes a resurgence and comes back even harder and kills you anyway. So that's
Yeah.
another thing to consider.
Yep. And that's what I'm scared about. I mean, I know that, we're white and black and stuff like that. And I don't know if it was just targeted for Asians or, for Chinese people. I don't know. But I mean, I've been seeing Americans dying too.
Yeah. Now, what I've been noticing, though, when they talk about people from foreign countries, they only name the nationality, but they never say what the ethnicity of these people are. And I saw a couple of news reports of infections in New Jersey and other states. But then when they show the pictures on the news, they're people of Asian descent. So they could be Chinese people who just happen to be American citizens. So just because you hear American doesn't necessarily mean, black people or white people or, Indian people or or Hispanics or whatever. The people that I'm seeing being infected are people of Asian descent, mainly male.
Hey, Andrea. Hi.
What's up?
We got Micah Pratt in the house, all the way from Michigan.
I look wrecked this morning, guys. I have
Don't
a question though, for you guys, because I don't know a lot about this, but from what I've seen, and I haven't done a lot of research on it. So what I've seen, it's been older people that have been actually dying from this, though, right? Like in their 60s, 70s.
Well, they started dying in their 30s too, as well.
Okay. Do we know if they had like any previous like medical history? Or?
No.
Because I'm just trying to play like devil's advocate here, because I had an uncle that died of the flu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I haven't heard, like I said, I've not done a lot of research on it, but I've kind of just heard this panic. Not that you guys are doing that. But like this absolute panic coming out from everybody.
She froze up.
Yeah.
Like older people, you know what I mean? Like older people can die from flu or die from like a cold. So like, what is your take on that?
Well, at first, seriously, I thought that, older people were more targeted because their vital organs are not as strong as, the younger people. And then I started seeing people in Hong Kong, when it started going to Hong Kong, falling over, and they're like in their 20s, literally. Just falling over dead.
I think.
So I don't know if it.
So what do you
and they look like completely healthy.
No, I was gonna say I think maybe it was the older people that started dying from it first.
Yeah.
But younger people are dying too. So, it's more than just. This is not your regular run of the mill flu. And the flu, they give you the numbers. They say 30,000 people a year die from the flu or something like that. But those people that die from the flu are usually chronically ill, older people, and young children. But the thing about in China that's scary, even if it is old people being knocked off, is chronic illnesses in China are not, amongst older people, are not as rampant as they are here in the United States. Their older generation are a lot healthier than us. So even if there are older people dropping dead from this in China, doesn't necessarily mean that we're safe because
Okay, so now we got somebody here. Italian AFC says Italy had 4 confirmed white deaths.
Okay, so there's other races dying too now. All right. See, now that's what I've been waiting to hear.
So that's what I was thinking. I didn't think that it did black, white, Asian, Chinese. I thought it just attacked whoever it gets to.
Well, it's been,
Yeah,
it's been around long enough. So even if its initial intent was to target, the specific group that I mentioned, it could have mutated by now to be more lethal and, more effective in everybody, because it's mutating.
This is how I look at it. Okay, you know how a tornado starts, right? And it's by how the wind picks up. So the faster that the wind is, like 100 miles an hour or whatever, the bigger the tornado gets, right? So this is how it is. It goes from one person, and the next person, it gets stronger. Then it goes to the next person, stronger. Next person, stronger. Depending on, how strong they are, internally, I think, because like I said, it's AIDS on steroids. It's just like wiping people out everywhere, all over the place. They're just, and they're not even sick. Like they'll say, I'm not even, that they didn't notice any sickness, and then they're just falling over dead.
Yeah.
No
Well,
symptoms, no nothing. No symptoms, no nothing, no nothing.
well, now that we've basically confirmed that this thing is a real virus and it's extremely lethal, let's talk about preparedness. Let's talk about getting prepped for it, because if it is as contagious as they say it is, what's going to be needed in terms of protection is more than that N95 mask. And what I got is a full face gas mask, one for every member of my family, and also I'm going to construct some hazmat suits. I was looking at buying some, but the price point compared to the material that it's made out of, it's not really worth it. I can make one myself. Now, Walmart sells these rain suits that are plastic, and it comes with the jacket, it comes with the pants. So all you literally have to do is glove up, tape the gloves to your sleeves, tape the waist of your jacket to the waist of your pants, put on your boots, and tape the pants to your boots so your feet are completely covered. And take the hood, put on the gas mask, put the hood over the gas mask, tape the edges up, seal it all up, and you have a full body hazmat suit. Easy.
Yeah,
And the rain suits
that would be the best way to go out. But everyday, normal people, what I've just been telling them to do is put cotton in their ears, put a mask on, put goggles on, and definitely have something on your hands, gloves or something.
yeah.
And then when you come in, don't come in your house. Immediately take your shoes off at the door, strip down right at your foyer, and throw those clothes in the wash machine immediately. Go take a shower, rinse off anything that's around, in your hair or anything. And that's the only way that I can tell people without them, going and trying to buy suits and stuff, because a lot of people that I know, they're on disability and stuff. They can't afford the suits. They can't, they can't afford even the raincoats type of thing. Now, the one thing I want to, my biggest question is this. Okay, we got Donald Trump running around, which I love him. Everybody loves him, but we got him running around talking about our economy and everything else. Why in the hell isn't he saying we have a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen? We need to be aware of this. I've got 18-wheelers full of water. I got 18-wheelers full of food, blah, 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 just like he did with Puerto Rico whenever the hurricane came and they just let all the shit rot. Why is he not doing it now? And why is he not saying that people are dying? Why is he not doing something? Why is he not even time traveling? Because he is a time traveler.
Playing politics, I'd say he's playing politics to try not to cause panic, because that panic is going to destroy the economy. And anything,
it's going to destroy it anyway. Who's going to vote if we die? I mean,
right. But here's just let me just give you my take. Anything negative that can happen to the economy right now, the Democrats are immediately going to jump on it and use it for political gain to blame Trump for it.
Yeah. So they should already be doing it then. They should already be coming out saying Trump invented the coronavirus, but they can't because it's not true.
Well, you got to remember, these people barely know whether to stand up or sit down to pee. So I don't think they even thought that far ahead. But I know Trump has thought that far ahead, and I think they're just trying to avoid panic. Because if you listen to his, I think it was one of the CDC people that's one of the directors in charge of the coronavirus task force or whatever.
Yes, I did say Trump was a time traveler. His uncle got all of Tesla's stuff. John Trump was his name. Got all of Tesla's stuff when Tesla was kicked out of the hotel. And he was a professor, and he actually invented and started looking into it and said that it was plausible. He died in 1985. When he died, he gave it over to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's books, he has done 10 years prior to things happening, and they've all came true, and what he said it was going to happen. Why do you think the very first thing that he did on North Korea was, stop the nuclear weapons? Because somebody came back named John Tudor from 2030 and said that they just got back from the worst nuclear, disaster ever in America. But the only thing he didn't understand is where he came from, everyone was nice, and here everyone is mean.
Mm-hmm. Somebody in the chat says, wait, Audra says, wait, did she just say Trump was a time traveler? Listen, I used to think that time travel stuff was crazy, but after I learned what I learned about just this Earth in itself, like nothing's out of the realm of possibility anymore.
Hey,
That's why we're able
everybody
to.
has their things, but I don't believe that time traveler shit. Hey, that's that.
Honestly,
I can actually show you proof. And then the guy that comes back, he talks about how they do it through the military. Okay. Who is in command of our military right now? Donald J. Trump. Who made the Space Force? Donald J. Trump. Why? Because he knows how to get to the moon, how to actually get there. We've never been there because there's a layer that will disintegrate you whenever you get there. So he actually knows because he knows all this electricity and shit. Why do you think not too long ago he said we're going to switch light bulbs back to the way they used to be to save on electricity?
So Buzz Aldrin's a liar?
Yes.
Yeah,
And he even told a little kid, a little 7-year-old asked him about going to the moon, and he goes, "We didn't go to the moon, honey." It's on YouTube.
I know about the fake moon landing and the hoaxes that NASA's been pulling on us for all these years, but I learned that through a different field of research. And what I came to find out was that I just lost my whole train of thought, and there was going to be God damn.
Did you smoke your weed this morning? Did you smoke your weed this morning?
That's probably why. The Space Force. Now, I understand that Trump did the Space Force thing for a reason. There was a reason for it. But
yes,
here's a couple of things.
Russia is up there with their satellites, and they tried to attack ours.
Let me just give you my theory. Because based on my research, space is not what they tell us it is. This Earth isn't even what they tell us it is. It's all theoretical. But that's beside the point. The point is, a lot of the black budget for special operations and secret military operations and private contractor operations, that money is funneled through NASA. And in a couple of previous administrations, the NASA budget has been slashed. But then Trump came into office and he launched this whole campaign against human traffickers and shit. But he needed funding for it because he needed to pay the task forces. He needed to set up holding facilities. He needed to set up, care facilities and all types of shit for the victims because they're rescuing hundreds of victims at a time. And he needed that extra funding. And it had to be done in secret because if he got public funding, all that would be public record. Thus, the culprits that he's going after would get a heads up and get wind of what he's doing because they'll see the money being put into the operations, and then they'll be able to thwart the efforts by shifting their operations and evading capture. So he did it secretly by setting up the Space Force to get a whole extra budget set up for NASA, not to go to space, not to go to Mars, because I don't think we'll ever go. But that money is now being used for those secret operations. And there's been article after article after article where even ICE is using special task forces to get the illegals out. And they're described as secret operations. So this is all black budget money that's funding this stuff. And I believe that the Space Force program was set up to get that money without letting the public know what it was really about. But that's just my opinion.
Well, okay. Well, Q, I don't know if you know about Q or not.
Yes, I follow Q.
Okay. He started October 28, 2017. And so if you follow him, you know what I'm talking about. We knew about Epstein way back then. That was the very first thing we started with was Epstein. And every single thing that Q has told us is coming true, but it's future proofs past. So what he did was he talked to, he had us look up all of this stuff and everything, right? And then now, a year or two later, it's coming true.
Man, that time, oh man, I'm trying to comprehend that time travel stuff, man.
I can show you proof on the time travel.
No, y'all got your opinion. Y'all
As crazy as time travel sounds, I've heard other theories that sounded crazy to me, but once I investigated them, now I'm not advocating for time travel. I'm just advocating for having an open mind. Once I investigated them, I found out that what we were taught about this concept was literally not what it was. Like, for example, the heliocentric model, it is all theoretical. The pictures from space, they're all CGI. And I did a couple of streams addressing that. People seem to think I'm trying to prove, flat Earth or something like that. But literally what I was doing was debunking the globe. And I debunked it very thoroughly by proving that it's nothing more than a theory supported by the theory of gravity. Because when you start investigating it.
Hang on. I want to hang on. There's one there, Robert Greco. I would like to chat with you for one moment, sir. You can go to my channel and it's called The Beast Has Been Unleashed. And I have actual documentation of the coronavirus and the other one where they put the AIDS, where they put the HIV one in it. So you can go look at it yourself. Actual documentation, sir. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, you're good. So what I was saying is, upon investigation, you come to learn that everything we've been taught about our world has been theoretical, but it's been taught to us as if it's fact. So we're all believing these theories to be facts. But when you start investigating gravity, you find that gravity is a theory that describes why things fall. But if you look at the factual side, there's a fact called density that explains the same thing. So why would we have to inject this theoretical force when there's a natural, phenomenon to explain, or
Well,
a
number
natural
one, okay, number one, it
fact to
says, number
explain
one,
this phenomenon?
number one, it says in the Bible that our earth is flat. If you look at,
Yeah.
I can't even remember, but Book of Enoch, our earth is flat and we have a dome over it. Okay. So our earth is
Yep.
not round. We're not running around, going in circles and shit like that. That's not happening. Water stays flat. Water is the truth. And that's how our earth is. It's flat. It's actually flat.
Yep.
This
Now,
lady says, let's stay on here. And now
I believe
we have a fucking pandemic. Okay. Yes, we have a pandemic.
Here.
And it is very, very scary. And yes, some of us are not going to make it through this. I mean, I don't know what your name is, Red Badger. Some of us are not going to make it through this. 100 out of 100, 83% is going to get this. So what I tell people to do, stock up on water, stock up on food, get oil lamps because you may not have electricity. Get generators, whatever it is that you do whenever you have a storm or anything else, and try to have it for at least 2 months because you may not be able to get out of your house at all.
First of
And China's banks right now, I do want to say this. China's banks right now are falling. And I just did it last night. I just showed the video and stuff of them falling night before. And there's thousands of people trying to get their money out and the banks are crashing. Once their banks crash, our banks crash. So go get as much money out as you can because cash is all you're going to be able to use. That's it. Nothing else.
Now, just to clarify for you guys why
cash shit. I was always against that the debit card shit. I think that was a fucking setup on some shit from the fucking beginning.
Now, that's
Federal Reserve.
Just to clarify for you guys in the chat why I went off on the scientific theory versus fact thing was just to enlighten Mo, to let Mo know that a lot of what we believe is still worth investigating. That's the only point I was trying.
Right.
Okay, he says, why would you have actual CCP info? Well, because I pay for my info. I'm an investigative reporter, an actual investigative reporter. And then also I have a text message that one of the women that worked at the CDC, her buddy contacted her and said, how bad is this coronavirus? And she said there's over 1,000 people that have it and, that actually have it in the United States in 32, I think it was 32 states. And then somebody asked her that question and she blocked them on Twitter because she's in a rock and a hard spot. If she says, yes, I did send that text message, then she broke the law. If she says, no, I didn't, then she's still fucked.
Yep. And here in Florida,
Senator
go ahead.
Of Wisconsin, Ron Johnson is on the committee dealing with the coronavirus, and I've met him many times and we've talked about it. And he said that the United States is taking great precautions when it's bringing people back from China or around the world that may have symptoms, putting them on bases and quarantining them until that they don't have them symptoms anymore. And then they send them home where they can self-quarantine themselves. It's being all right. We're taking great precautions. It's not going to be a massive epidemic that's going to destroy the economy or the country. We're going to be fine. Stuff like this happens because that's the way our world works.
Okay, well, this is totally different. This is coronavirus. It's AIDS on steroids. It is not what you think that it is.
What I was going to say to the brother was, this to say this has happened before, I think, is a false statement because we've never witnessed anything like this to the
No,
point where an entire country was shut down and brought to its knees that quickly. You know,
exactly.
so
Look
so
at
I would say
Europe.
this is a little extraordinary.
A whole
How say that
continent
again?
was poisoned by the Black Plague. People were dying. Most of Europe's population back in that time was destroyed. And yes, we've seen stuff like this, but it's died.
Yes, but here's the
Stuff like
difference
this will
between then
die.
and now.
Have you ever seen 470 million people quarantined? And
Hang on,
another thing you have to remember, before we knew about this, they were already letting people come back to the United States in January 24th from the planes, and all they were doing was taking a thermometer, putting it to their head. Some people, there's 2% that don't even have fevers with this.
Hold on, Betty.
So
Hold
there's
on, Betty.
thousands of people. Even a doctor
gonna-
got on Fox News the other day, and she said that, I'm just going to tell you the truth. There's thousands of people that have it right now, and we don't even know where they're at. There's thousands.
But what I was going to say to the brother in comparison to now and the Black Plague and what makes now so different and unprecedented was during the time of the Black Plague, intercontinental travel was not as
Prominent.
possible as it prominent. That's the word, as it is now. So we have a lot more means for a greater possibility for intercontinental contagion than we did during the Black Plague. In the Black Plague, it was more isolated to one geographical area for the most part.
Unlike China, China is a communist country. They don't give their people access to that stuff. They keep it with
Correct.
the military and their government. Our government, we have access to that technology and the right to try. If people want to try new things and they get symptoms or they're feeling ill, they have that chance to take that opportunity to stop stuff like this.
That's a good point too.
Okay, if Robert wants to keep saying that it does not have AIDS in it, then he needs to go and watch my video and go look at the actual documentation from Wuhan, China laboratory.
And you see, Betty, that's that fact versus belief thing. He has his beliefs, and his beliefs are making him chuckle, and we have the facts, and we are not so amused by that, But
it's not funny.
That's the
When I
dangers of
found
belief.
out AIDS was in it, I like to have shit, seriously, because we have no cure for AIDS right now.
But another way you can protect yourself though is to alkalize your body. Eat alkaline foods.
Yes,
Get on
you can
iodine
alkaline your
supplements,
body. Yes.
and that builds up your immune system. Think about it like this: an alkaline body would be like salt water, and the virus would be like a freshwater fish. It wouldn't be able to survive in your body. So,
and speaking of fish, did you know the fish are actually jumping out of the water, killing themselves in Wuhan, China?
I heard about that, and birds dropping dead and all that.
Yep. Yeah.
So now the animals are being.
It's bad. I mean, I don't care what if people want to sit there and say, oh, it don't have AIDS in it. Well, then you go do your research like I do. You go pay for your research like I do. I actually got it from the government. That's why YouTube tried to shut it down. That's why you have to click OK and submit to look at it because it's that powerful.
Do you think birds are dying and falling from the sky because China's air is so toxic because of all the pollution that they put it in? I don't think that has anything to do with the virus itself. It's just that the air is so polluted, they'll die from that.
Well, the animals and birds can die from that virus. That's
the air. The air is already polluted, and then you got to take into account they're burning thousands of bodies a day. And all that smoke is going up into the air, so that could be affecting them too. I mean, normally birds would just migrate instead of dropping dead. So the fact that they're sticking around long enough to drop dead kind of, leads me to think there's more than just air pollution that's killing them.
Well, not only that, but they actually killed all of their animals. They actually went in and killed all of Chinese animals, all of them, all of their dogs and cats. They killed them.
Yeah. You know what? Everybody got their own opinions, and I love how everybody express their own opinions on it because we all never disagree. We're never going to agree with everything that we all say, And I'm gonna listen. I'm listening to what y'all saying. I'm listening, but I'm not arguing with y'all. I'm just listening because
And some of us will never be able to let go of our beliefs. And people who question their beliefs, or encourage others to question their beliefs, they get laughed at, like this Donovan guy is doing right now. This lady is an investigative reporter, and she believes the Earth is flat. LOL. Well, you believe Earth is a globe, and once you investigate it, you'll see how foolish that is. because there's more facts behind flat Earth than they are behind the globe. The globe is supported by nothing but theory. So you're holding on to your beliefs as if they're facts and then laughing at other people who care to investigate it and think otherwise, which is silly, which is actually laughable to me.
And it's in the Bible. It says it in the Bible that we have a dome over us, that our Earth is flat and we have a dome. So I guess
I say,
it's to read the Bible.
Space station's fake too, and that like what we see from the
yes, it's all fake. It's all fucking fake. There's no real photographs. It's all CGI, 100% CGI. All of it.
Yeah, none of it's real. None of it's real. None of it. When I started doing my investigative reporting, which was about 5 or 6 years ago, I never thought I would ever do this, ever. But I wanted to know what the hell was going on. And when I found out that everything I've ever learned in my entire life was a fucking lie, I cried for like 4 days. I could not believe everything I'd ever learned was a lie. A lie.
And what kills me the most, though, the people who take the position that Donovan's taken and choose to laugh at us and call us stupid and crazy, when you ask them how much research have they done into both the globe or the flat Earth, it's very little. They're just going literally off of what. So they're literally trying to debate with people who've actually studied the subject when they have done zero study or very little or biased study, and they're arguing from a position of ignorance. So here you have the ignorant laughing at the enlightened.
Where's the edge?
Antarctica, brother.
There's people that have gone explorations down to Antarctica.
They're all connected to governments and space agencies.
Yes, it is.
If you look at, there's a video called Antarctica, Sorry We're Closed, and it goes through step by step of the process for any private tourism trips to Antarctica. And if you watch that video, the rules literally make it impossible for people like me and you to just get on a boat and go down there.
Antarctica sanctuary. It's meant to be protected by other governments.
That's what they tell us. Once again, we have to believe what we're told instead of being able to go investigate it ourselves. They don't allow us to. So they tell us one thing, but they don't allow us to go down there and investigate it.
Have you ever heard of the organization called Sea Shepherd?
Have you ever heard of the United Nations and the Antarctic Treaty?
Yes, I've heard of the Antarctic Treaty from the United Nations.
Did you know that Sea Shepherd? And I have heard of Sea Shepherd. Did you know that Sea Shepherd?
Okay, hang on, guys. Listen to this. Okay, Donovan, thank you so much, baby, because he says John 3:4-6. There is a dome over Earth. It is in the Bible. Told you.
The Bible is written by mankind. Mankind is flawed with sin.
It's good we can see the points. I like that. Okay.
Like the Bible, I don't subscribe to the Bible. Let me just say this. I don't identify as a Christian. I don't subscribe to the Bible. I grew up in the church. I was raised in the church. And after doing the research that I've done, I've come to realize that religion is nothing but belief. I choose to live my life based on facts. And the theories that I choose to subscribe to are theories that are supported by facts. Like the fact is, we have perfection in nature. That means nature was created by a perfect creator. That's all I need. I don't need a book or a middleman. Fact is, water stays level. The earth is 75% water. So I have to go with the theory that's supported by fact.
Right. Yep. That's exactly right. Yep. Sorry, guys. I had to move to my office.
Mainstream science refers to gravity as the theory of gravity, but density is a fact. So what am I going to go with, the fact or the theory? I'm going to go with the fact. Simple. It's not that hard to figure out once you come to grips with it and realize that, hey, this is, let's question this from an objective standpoint. Because when I started, I was trying to disprove flat Earth and prove the globe to myself. And the more I dug, the more I realized that they were feeding us bullshit. So I had no choice but to reconsider.
What do they have to gain to feed us that the Earth is round? What do they possibly gain? What upper level? Oh, haha. I made you think that the Earth is round. I have power over you. That doesn't make sense.
Well, think about this. Well, you got to put some thought into it, brother. The space stations, so assume that I'm correct and there is no space, right? But we got this space station, this space program that takes $50 million a day from the people, from taxpayers, right? Now, if there was no space and there was no need for all that money to build all these spacecrafts and satellites to go up there because there was no space, do you think the American people would agree with them taking $50 million a day, which is about $20 billion a year from the people? Of course not. So there's money involved. Also, you got all these industries that are centered around the whole space thing. All those industries would immediately evaporate. So they have a lot to lose.
To invest in the
I'll be right back.
the
Hang on.
companies
Go
producing
ahead.
products such as the space shuttles, the technology to make the space shuttles go up. I mean, the technology to program
All under government contracts, and we don't see those contracts. We don't know what's written in those contracts, and all contracts come with non-disclosure agreements. So they are not allowed to talk about it anyway. So we would never know. We just have to believe that. That's all I'm saying.
National security. There's other countries that are trying to get an advantage over us. Do you want people to know about that? That's stuff that the government should know about.
Exactly. You're proving my point, dude. And listen to what you're saying. You're proving my point. What I'm saying is
everyday citizens. It's a
I hear what you're saying. So it's a special select group of people that have access to this information, and me and you have access to this information. So because we cannot access this information and confirm it for ourselves, we are left in the realm of belief because we either choose to believe them or not believe them. I choose to not believe them.
You could go figure it out for yourself by getting a job.
I have.
And figure it out.
I have, and I've come to the conclusion that they're lying. Have you researched it?
You've had a job with NASA, so you know that they're lying?
No. I've researched the information that they.
You don't have to have a job with NASA to know that they're lying. My God, you really think somebody actually went on this? Did you not see the fucking guy that actually did the video of Neil Armstrong going to the moon, supposedly? Did you not see how he fell off the fucking stairs 3 times? The guy is dead now, but the video's out there. He did not go to the moon.
It's all based on theoretical science, and I'm not gonna trust theory
it was a lie because something had to be done because everybody was spending way too much money on NASA and they wasn't fucking doing a damn thing. So they made up a lie.
It's pseudoscience. Just like climate change is pseudoscience. It's pseudoscience. Their religion is pseudoscience.
There ain't no climate change. That's fucking
exactly.
retarded.
It's pseudoscience. It's pseudoscience. It's all pseudoscience given to us by the same group of people who don't allow us access to all the information, because if we access the information, they won't be able to lie to us anymore.
Exactly. And
so they have something to hide.
That's not very nice that you make something up out of the Bible. You know, that's not very nice. I have the book of Enoch. And next time I come, I'll be prepared. And I will tell you where it says in the book of Enoch that we have a dome over our earth.
And funny enough, Betty, the book of Enoch, when they were rewriting the Bible, they actually left the book of Enoch out around the same time that they came up with the globe theory.
Exactly.
How about the map?
You know, we're interested in changing minds on communism and socialism. Your round earth will not feed you. But socialism and communism, hell, I'm not for any of that. I'm conservative.
Exactly.
I have nothing to do with communism and socialism, and I would never vote for people like that. I'm not even friends with people like that.
But you see, Betty, that's the demonizing tactic that they use to try to support their beliefs by trying to debunk people who are coming with facts. They come up with all these analogies and all these cockamamie theories and all this shit and associate us with things that we actually detest, to try to demonize us in an effort to discredit us, because they don't have facts. All they have is theories and beliefs. And that's religion. That's their religion. Space is a religion. It's the one world religion.
And it's true, because they're always using the sun. They're always using the eye. All of that for the secret societies, the Illuminati and stuff.
Yeah. The funniest question I ever get, the funniest point that they ever give me is, oh, well, when I look up at the sun and the moon are round. Okay, so just because what you're looking at is round means that what you're standing on is round? That's silly. That's pseudoscience.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. We're not the Earth. The moon is round. Well, as far as I know, because everything I've been taught in school and shit is a lie. So I don't know. If circle's really a circle, and triangle's really a triangle.
Listen, I will be happy. I will be happy to debate anybody on Flat Earth, Globe Earth on my channel anytime, because I got the images, I got all the pictures. I will pull up NASA's website and I will read the clause in their own writings that say the pictures are composites created by data that they collect. It does not say these are photographs snapped by cameras in space.
Exactly.
But they got all you guys believe in that shit. I don't believe it.
They have to word it just perfect too.
That's why they don't teach how to read in school anymore. Link up in there.
tell all of us everything, you know.
Hey, which link I be?
Post what? Post what goddamn link? What link do you want?
I know you can come up. You can, the link to get on the panel. It's an open call in, open video in. Come on. It's open video in.
And you got a strong woman on your channel right now. I don't take no bullshit. You better have thick skin on here.
Listen, if you guys are familiar with JB Gunner, I don't know if you guys are or not. I know Mo is, and you know, regardless of how you feel about him, you do understand that JB Gunner is a very logical guy. He has 3 silver play buttons from YouTube, which means he knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's not a dummy. I even made JB Gunner put his hand on his chin and go, you got a point about that, citizen man, because what I'm saying is all fact, you know. So if I can make somebody like that think, who, like, anybody that gets in a debate with JB Gunner gets destroyed, because the man is like 100% based in logic. He could not debate me on flat earth, round earth, because I definitively proved that it's all theory. And if it's all theory, you have to accept the fact. I'm not trying to convince anybody that earth is flat, or I'm just trying to convince people that earth ain't round. I'm just trying to get people to get back to the facts and understand that, okay, if I believe we live on a ball, this is my belief. This is not a fact. This is just a theory that I choose to subscribe to. That's it. And the reason why I do that to people, especially on the conservative side, is because what do we find ourselves saying when we debate with liberals all the time? Let's get back to the facts. Let's get back to the facts. So if we're holding on to beliefs, we can't get other people to question their beliefs if we're not willing to question our own.
Exactly.
And that's how the awakening happens.
That's why I take everybody's opinion, and that's why I go do my own research so that I know what the hell's going on, and then I try to take it to my people, because I want my people to be informed as well.
Exactly.
Exactly.
People laugh at me, they unsubscribe from my channel, they leave, they talk shit in the comments, but I don't care, because at the end of the day, all they're doing is defending their space religion. That's all they're doing. And they don't even know it. Just like the liberals, when they're voting against their own rights and calling for gun control, and they don't realize they're calling for giving up their own right to self-defense. It's the same dynamic. It's the same mindset. And as conservatives, we're supposed to be truth seekers. We're supposed to be fact-based. We're supposed to be deep thinkers. And we're not supposed to just blindly go along with beliefs. We're supposed to question all beliefs. And that's what I'm challenging everybody to do. Question your beliefs. First, you have to admit that your beliefs are nothing more than beliefs, and then you can enter into the realm of questioning them. But until you do that, your beliefs will always be your religion, and you will always be trapped in that mind frame, and you'll never be able to really open your mind and see the world for what it really is, understand who we really are, what this place really is, and the power that we really have. You guys still there?
I'm there. I'm there. Oh, she wants to disappear. She'll come back and put the link back in here. I'm trying to see.
I was waiting for Betty to jump in.
Hold on, flat earth. Hold on, my set. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm trying to invite another guest on here.
Like I said, man, I challenge anybody to come to my channel. I'll be live on Wednesday night, or come leave a comment and let me know that you want to debate me. I'll set up a one-on-one. I'll let the people know. And we'll do it. You give me your points, and I'll pull up all the documents and pictures you want me to pull up to prove your points, and then I'll show you my points, and we'll debate. It won't be an argument. It won't be no disrespect. There won't be no name calling. There won't be no laughing or anything like that, or no stupid shit. And if you come in my comment section with that stupid shit, you will get blocked, because my people are thinkers, and that's what we do. We don't make fun of shit. We don't laugh at ideas unless we prove those ideas to be cockamamie bullshit. Then we laugh at them. But while we're in the process of debating them, proving or disproving them, we take all sides seriously. So it's gonna be fair. It's not gonna be one-sided.
Right. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Thank you, BMT. I appreciate that. That was nice of you.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm not.
BMT got a good card.
And I'm not really, I'm not one. I like to consider myself an expert debater, because I don't need to talk over you or nothing. I'll pull out a pen and pad and I'll let you go on for a whole hour. And the longer you go is the more dirt you give me to bury you with, because then I'll just write down every contradiction that you made. I'll go over point by point by point. And by the time I'm done, you probably won't even want to be on the show anymore.
You're just like me.
And I don't have to disrespect you now. I'll go buy you a beer afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like we can still be cool afterwards, and that's the way I handle it because I just want to. I don't want to make people look bad, feel bad, call them names, make them stupid, demonize them. I just want people to wake up and realize that we have to differentiate between facts and beliefs in order to really change this world and change the minds of the people.
Yes, and to help our children and our grandchildren and our great grandchildren and things like that, instead of being completely lied to always by the fake media
Right.
or the masses or the actors and actresses that are now sold their souls to the devil and they're all satanic. I mean, they're all pedophiles, you know, every fucking one of them. They drink the kids' blood. You know, adrenochrome was introduced to us in 1994, wasn't it, with Fear, Loathing, and Johnny Depp saying, "Oh, where'd you get this? Oh, from a Satanist. What is it? Adrenochrome." We didn't know what the fuck that was back then, but we sure do now because of Q.
Yep.
We didn't know kids were getting tortured constantly. We didn't know they were doing rituals. I mean, we thought that was like in the movies. No, we live in a fucking movie.
Hey, brother, what's your name again, bro? I can't see your name because the Mo's got the comments up and it's blocking your name.
Bring it off right here. Here. Go ahead.
So answer me this. This is
Go
going
for it.
the flat Earth theory. During World War II, since if the world is flat, that would mean Japan's on the other side of the world. How did the Japanese fleet and their aircraft bomb Pearl Harbor when the technology at the time would have restricted their travel all the way from where they would have to go?
Okay, did you know that the Japanese? Yeah, I got your question. I didn't mean to cut you off. You got anything else to add to it?
Unless if the world is round, then they just travel that short distance to where Hawaii is in the Pacific.
Okay, let me ask you this question because now I'm going to make you think a little bit. Do you know that do you know where the Japanese planes took off from to get to Pearl Harbor?
They took off in the Pacific Islands.
Off of ships, right?
Yes, they did.
Exactly. So how you think they covered the water distance by ship and then they covered the rest of the distance by plane? Because the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor was actually one of the first exercises in naval aircrafts where they were using ships as aircraft carriers. The Japanese actually started that trend, and then we picked it up after that. Also, if you look at the azimuthal,
all the way.
No, well, I'm giving you the distance now. You have to look at the azimuthal equidistance projection map. And that is basically a world map that resembles the UN flag. And if you look at the landmass of Japan, and you look at where Hawaii is, and you look at the west coast of the United States, if you actually make a straight line, oh shit, let me go back in the house.
Yeah, you kind of got the wind. It's funny. Okay. Trump supporters can disagree with each other. I love it. Everybody can disagree with each other.
Yeah, man. It's all love. Because look, we all got the same enemy. You know what I'm saying? So we're just figuring out which.
It's good though. It's good to get your stuff out.
We're just figuring out which unit that we're gonna be in when we launch this offensive. That's all we're doing. But basically, you look at the AE map, and if you follow the landmass of Japan up. Like what would be north on the globe, up the coast of China, all the way up to Russia, the Bering Straits, Alaska, and all that shit. It's actually a straight line to the west coast of the United States. Hawaii is really not that far off the west coast of the United States. So all you would have to do is deviate off the coast of China a little bit, not hug the landmass so much, but deviate out into the Pacific a little bit, and the island is right there. It's really not that far.
Hey, you're right on that. I've got to say he's right on that.
And you know what else? Trump is a flat earther too, because when he went to Vietnam and he flew back to LA, in his speech, he said it's plain to see across the plain. And it was just a little statement that he made within the body of a larger context. So many people didn't catch it, but I caught it. He flew back from Asia and he made a pit stop in Alaska and then went on to LA. And if you look at the AE map, it is a straight fucking line.
Yep.
But see, there's so many people out there that still believe in the globe and believe this bullshit pseudoscience that if Trump were to come out and say the earth is flat and prove it, then all the Democrats with their 25th Amendment and calling Trump crazy will now have a leg to stand on because too many of us hold on to that belief, and it's our belief that's going to cause us to turn against him and think he's crazy, just like probably half the people in the chat room, I can't see the chat, probably think I'm fucking crazy.
Well, they
So
probably
he has to keep that to himself.
Every once in a while, I look at it and I say something every once in a while.
I just ignore it. I only
every once in a while. Hang on, let me get my shit up here. My phone died, so I have to stand it up now with the damn cord. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Peace to Red Bagger. But for Moses says, "Oh snap, Trump a flat earther." Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Why make the Space Force? And I don't think anyone is crazy at all. That's awesome, Kelly.
I answered the Space Force question, and I'll just go over it one more time for you again because you might have missed it. Basically, all the black budget money is funneled through the space program. Previous administrations have cut the budget for the space program, but now Trump is launching this huge offensive on child traffickers and drug traffickers and human traffickers and illegal aliens, and he has to do it in secret because he doesn't want to alert his enemies to his moves. So he creates a whole new wing of the space program to get this massive amount of funding so he can run those operations with the black budget money. Simple.
And I believe that 100% because he said he was going to take all of their stuff. And the Rothschilds, the next day after he signed that executive order, actually sold their hunting place after 100 years of owning it. So.
Yeah, so Trump is a good guy. He's a good guy. And you got to remember, this dude is 70-something years old. He started with $1 million and ended up having $14 billion to lose and still had enough to get back on his feet and become the president of the United States. So he is not a dummy. And if average folks like me and Betty, hold on, Betty, let me just finish this point real quick. Okay. If average folks like me and Betty can figure this shit out, you think Trump hasn't figured it out yet?
That's what real. Okay. So like I was telling you guys, Trump's uncle actually was a professor and he took all of Tesla's stuff. So number one, genius family. Okay. Number two, when his father became a real estate investor, the way that he did it, genius, right? Well, 2011, you can go back and look at this. 2011, Trump started wanting to run for president, and he had 50 people show up. And he said, next time there'll be, over 100,000. And he went to a speech, and there was 100,000 people. But that just wasn't enough. So he thought, what can I do to get my name really out there? I'm known, but I'm not really known, type of thing, right? And so he went to The Apprentice, and he did it for 11 years, top #1 show, so that everybody in the world would know who he was and what he was about and how he didn't bullshit around and how he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman, because what America is actually a fucking business, and that's the truth. So that's why we need to make foreign exchanges and trades and stuff at our level, not where they get the benefit of it anymore. And so then you turn around and you sit there and you look at Trump and you're like, damn, he even codes his own his tweets and shit. If he spells something wrong, there's a reason for it. If he says that, like Omar, she can go back, and when I deport her, she can go back and tell people that something, somebody did something. He may not do it right then, but it's going to happen. And now look, they found out that she married her brother. Well, she was already married. Then now her taxes, what she did in Congress, it's all coming out. And every single thing that he did to make them think of the Russia, the Ukraine, all of them different places, China and all of them, was so that they would get caught. It was a trick. Yep. And they fell right into it. Every one of them fell right into it.
And a lot of flat earthers are anarchists. They don't believe that we should be ruled by government. And as a conservative, I tend to agree with them. But where I disagree is their method in which they want to return to a free society where there is no overbearing governmental rule. They want to just cut it out right away. I say let's incrementally shrink it and make it less effective, because the smaller the government is, the more freedom. And that's a general conservative principle. And I feel like, if we can get rid of because what divides us is our beliefs. The left is united because they all believe the same bullshit, and they all treat it as if it's fact.
Socially engineered and trained and from
Right.
television, and then we woke up and the rest of them didn't, and they're like, oh yeah, well Bernie Sanders, yeah, let's take away all the trucks, yeah, let everybody get Medicare or Medicaid so that we can just break the fucking bank.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
And the reason why their message has so much weight behind it is because it's all false shit, but it's being propped up by consensus. And the reason why the conservative message doesn't go as far as it needs to go is because we couple it with our beliefs. Because you got the religious nuts on one hand, the Christians want to push the Bible on everybody, and not everybody's going to accept that. Then you got the globe earthers calling flat earthers retards and shit when we all have the same enemy. And we're all aware that they're putting chemtrails in the air, poison in the water, shooting our kids up with vaccines, and we all have that common goal. But because globe earthers believe what they believe and flat earthers believe what they believe, there's a division there when they shouldn't be. But if we get down to the facts, at the very least, if globe earthers could say, I believe in the globe earth, I know it's not fact, I just believe the theory, then there's some common ground, because then a flat earther would have to admit that, you know what? There's a lot of facts that support flat earth. But what I say is I believe that theory because nobody can actually get up there and see it for themselves, at least none of us. So we'd have to believe it. But I believe that theory based on facts. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we can all agree that our beliefs are just theory, then we can come together and there's that room for conversation. You know what I'm saying? But if you got globe earthers trying to convince flat earthers that it's a ball and flat earthers trying to convince globe earthers that it's flat, we'll never find that common ground. It's always going to be us versus them. And that's what we need to eliminate to get our message out. And like I said, in this offensive, we are the political front. So we first have to take control of the government in order to put a stop to the corruption. You can't stop the car unless you're controlling it. So you got to control it. So as the anarchists decide to sit out and they don't want anything to do with the government, it's our job as the political activists to get control of this government so we can stop the illegal actions that they're committing against us. And once we do that, we now clear the path for the anarchists and the free thinkers to exercise their ideas and, bring this free energy technology to the market, to the public without risk of losing their lives, because there's no big government agency that's got this massive lie that they're trying to cover up and are willing to kill people to cover it up. Now we have true freedom. So our wave is taking these House seats, these Senate seats, keeping the White House, keeping somebody open-minded in the White House that's about freedom. And then their job, on the other hand, is to continue building the society on the social side. So we take control of things on the political front, and the deep thinkers and the bright minds among the anarchists will take control on the social front. Because at the end of the day, we don't want anything from the government. We just want them to leave us alone. So we need people in government who believe that and hold those values. And that's where we come in. So as much as we would want to disagree with the anarchists and separate from the anarchists, we have to find the common ground. And the common ground is we are all in the same army. We're just different units. We're the invasion force and they're the occupation force. Once we invade the government and take it over, they come in and they occupy society with fresh new ideas. And boom, we have a better world. The world has changed. People are awake. But it will never happen if we cannot admit to ourselves that our beliefs are just beliefs and not facts. It will never fucking happen, and there will always be division. And as long as there's division, the elites will always win, and we will always lose. And that's what's been happening.
Yeah, and that's what I've seen a lot more people pulling together here lately, though, more than ever. And Trump's, I mean, he's going to win with a landslide, and that means that they're also going to vote Republican for the Congress seats, for the House of Representatives, for the Senate seats, and Nancy Pelosi will be going to prison eventually. Anybody there?
Yeah, I had my mic muted.
Oh, okay. So these are the things that I actually think that people will be held accountable for what they've done and what they've done to our country and all the treason that they have committed. And all of the $1.8 billion that they sent over to Ukraine to build a military without us knowing about it in Ukraine. That's why Trump keeps bringing all of these things out, because as it unfolds, the whole world is watching. The whole world is starting to see the corruption. And we are having Democrats coming our way. They are switching sides. When they impeached him, too, came to our side that was not compromised. You know, the only way they can come to our side is if they're not compromised, meaning they're not in the satanic ritual, brotherhood, whatever, you know, type of thing, to where they've got blackmail on them, and you know they don't want the world to see them have, you know, raping children and shit like that. That's what I say about it. And I'll tell you something else. When you want to have a good economy and a good America, and we do have that, people have to also start seeing, you know, instead of saying I hate Trump, I hate Trump, I hate Trump, they need to start seeing there's 15 million new jobs. And you know who did that? Ivanka Trump. Nobody ever gave her credit for that, but she did that. 15 million new jobs.
Yep.
We are at the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the lowest in 60 years of an unemployment rate. Matter of fact, tens and thousands of people have went off food stamps and, you know, assistance and stuff like that. Thousands and thousands of people own their homes now. You know, when Obama was making us have them foreclosed, you know, about 50 a week, you know, things like that. The recession was just tremendously horrible. And, you know, when Donald Trump doesn't even take a paycheck and he gives it back to the United States, he saved us $98 million. The first week in presidency, he saved us over $12 billion because Obama had something with the planes on Air Force One and stuff like that for $10 billion. And Trump was like, I'll do it. You do it for $2 billion or I'll find somebody else. And they did it for $2 billion. He has saved us so much money, and he has went back and made all the countries accountable. And he even has Mexico actually on a payment plan. So they are paying for the wall.
Yep. And people don't understand that. They don't understand the wall was going to be an investment where we would put up the money to fund the construction, and then that money would be, that cost would be paid off through the trade taxes. Now, there's a couple of questions in the chat.
They always so much. They always so much.
Yep. IB Dog in the chat says, the sun rises. Why does the sun rise in New York before LA? Well, that's because the sun is a spotlight and it moves across the sky. And as it moves across the sky, it reaches different land masses at different times. Actually, if you look at the face of a clock and the way the hands move around the clock, the center would be the North Pole and the movement of the hands would be the direction of the sun and the moon in their movement.
True.
So yes,
that's true.
So yes, you would see, it's just like a plane flying overhead. If the plane's flying in from the East Coast and you live on the East Coast, you'll see the plane first, and then the people on the West Coast will see the plane second. It's the same concept. It's pretty simple. And then he says, I can't see Big Ben. True. That's a true statement. You cannot look across the ocean, even though the earth is flat, and see monuments and large objects far away. That's because we have a thing called atmospheric distortion, where there's moisture and particles in the air that obscure your vision. That's why when you look at things far away, it kind of has a bluish, grayish haze over it, because you're looking through atmospheric distortion. So that answers that question. I hope that cleared that up for you, but it's pretty simple. Like I said, if you want to debate me, don't make a mockery of ideas in Mo's chat and disrespect that man like that. Come on my channel and debate me one-on-one and let the world see how much of a believer you are.
Open dialogue.
Just do that.
Dialogue, and I'm just, that's what we about. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've been saying this. And when I had created, before I created a YouTube channel, I was on Facebook Live all the time. Stuff was always open. I was like, here's an open link. Even in Facebook Live, I was like, here's an open link if I got something to say. Let's talk.
Yeah, because there's a lot of disagreement. Hell, come on the show now. We'll debate. There's a lot of people disagreeing in the chat, but nobody's coming up here to talk to me. That's what's crazy. You see that?
It's open call in.
I'm ready for you. I got a whole another hour to go. I got to go to work today, but I work for myself, so I'll go when I feel like it. I'll give it another hour.
Yeah, but I gotta go to work in like 3 hours. I gotta be working like 2 hours, so I'm good. So
I see this as an opportunity to educate the public. So while all the globe believers hear all the globe arguments and hear me prove how much of just a theory it is, then maybe I'll be able to wake up some minds and get some people thinking, reconsidering and questioning their own beliefs. Because that's my goal. I'm not here to convince you that Earth is flat. I'm not here to convince you that it's round. I'm here to convince you that You're going off belief, and you need to accept that. That's it. What's up, Christy B? Christy was on my streams. Christy could tell you how thorough I was in the last 3 or 4 streams that I did about Flat Earth. So if you want to learn my position, where I'm coming from, check that shit out. Go to my channel, watch it. You don't have to subscribe.
Hey, Chris,
if you don't like it,
hey, Chris,
yeah, go for it, man.
I never go on early. I used to go. I'm a night owl, but I went to bed early, so I decided to get on early. Kelly left because Kelly got some business to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Kelly's not here. I love you, Kelly. She's about to drive back. She's about to hear me right now. But and that's it. I'm here in the morning. You know, I still see I get the same audience in the morning. Like, okay, that's what's up. No.
All right, I'm coming.
All
I'm
right.
coming back.
Right,
I had to get my coffee. Sorry.
Since we got some silence, Hilario De Leon says, take a plane around the world and record it. It's been done plenty of times, Hilario, and circumnavigating the flat plane would be the same as walking around your block. You don't have to circle a ball to walk around your block. You just go around the block and you'll end up right where you started. It's the same thing.
Here, Christy,
you gotta look at.
You want to pop up?
Yeah, hit the link. You got to look at the map. You got to look at the AE map to really understand the movement of the sun and the moon and how circumnavigation works. And then it'll all make sense to you. So you need the visuals. If you look at the visuals, then you'll realize the fact versus the theory, and then you'll see how much sense it actually makes compared to the globe.
And then you'll wonder, why in the hell do these people lie to us all our lives and make us think, you know, like we're sheep, like stupid fucking idiots.
Exactly. That's the first question everybody always asks. Like when I first learned about it, I thought it was nuts. And my boy, he was an Army veteran. He was an Army veteran, and he came to me one day and he was like, "Yo, the Earth is flat, bro." And I was like, "You're fucking crazy. Get out. Did you take your PTSD medicine?" And then he goes, "No, I'm serious. Look into it." And I know he's not nuts. You know what I'm saying? I know he's not a stupid guy. So when he came to me and said that, just because he had credibility, I took him seriously. After laughing at it, I said, "Yo, but there's pictures and shit." And he looked at me and he just shook his head no. And I was like, and he was like, "Look, I know you want to debate with me right now, and I know it's burning you up because you heard some crazy shit. Go look into it." And he didn't tell me where to look or who to watch or what. I just went and I started looking it up, and it was the same. I got the same feeling that I got when I watched 9/11 documentary Loose Change. When I realized that our government actually lies to us and actually kills their own people for their own agenda. And I did not believe it. It was the same level of awakening that I felt.
Yep. It gets kind of scary. Once you're awake, you can't sleep. You cannot sleep. Has been gone over. I don't know what that means. Ancient stargazers, pyramids lining up. Two stars theory has been gone over.
Well, in reference to the pyramids lining up with the stars, pyramids lining up to the stars has been happening for thousands of years. It's been confirmed over and over again. And if the heliocentric model was as they tell us it is, then that wouldn't be possible. We'd be seeing different stars in the sky by now, because we're moving. We're not only are we spinning around the sun and rotating on our axis, but we're also the entire solar system is hurtling through space at, what is it, 666,000 miles or something like that?
Something like that. I got another question for you, something I researched. Did you know that we really don't have fuel for planes?
Yes, they fly with compressed air.
Yes. So that's how when 9/11 came about, and they was like, "Oh, it exploded because of the fuel." There's no fuel. There's no fuel in any planes. So that right there will give you, and you have to dig and research yourself like I did. And when I found that, I was like, "What the hell? Are you serious?"
Yeah. Well, there's somebody
like,
in the chat.
Now we don't have fuel for planes. Now we run on air. What the hell?
Exactly. Thank you for putting that comment up, Mo. Loose Change has been debunked in all the remakes as well. Well, I don't know about the remakes because I haven't watched the remakes, but this is the first time that I've even heard that Loose Change has been debunked. I'm not sure how you can debunk the government's own documents and their own words and their own actions, but it's a hell of a theory. and I'm definitely going to give it a look. But what we do know is what they told us about 9/11 is not what happened.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy that owns the two buildings, now mind you, the other one went down by itself for no
Silverstein.
fucking reason, not even by the building. But what we do know is that he actually is the one that said fire it, and he is the one that got insurance off of it 2 months before both buildings, collided. But and a building don't just go straight down. And also, nobody in New York seen any planes or anything like that at all hit anything. They just heard the fucking bomb. And then CNN was already there, and it's like they put the plane there because they even say that when it pinged at the airport, they even say that whenever it pinged somewhere else before it even hit, right when it hit the World Trade Center, it pinged and landed somewhere else. So therefore, there's no way in hell that a plane went through there. You know what I mean? And that never happened. There was no plane. And you see how you can digitize shit now, right? And as you digitize shit, even say that they all had this planned because it was all planned. So, and it's been planned for so many years because Trump wrote about it fucking 10 years prior to it happening. And on the back of his book, it says, it's going to look like child's play from the last time they did the World Trade Center. He said it 10 years prior to it happening.
Well, here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts on the planes, no plane theory. It really doesn't matter. I think that's just a red herring. Planes, no planes, because there are people in New York on the ground that say they saw the actual planes. There's multiple camera angles of the actual planes. So I don't know. I don't know if I would want to venture into that realm. I'd rather just choose to believe that they were planes, but I don't debate against people who say they weren't. Well,
I know a lot of people that were actually there on the ground, and there was no planes. They just heard a big boom like that, and was like, "What the hell?" And see, they can't see the news or nothing, of course, because they were down there on the ground.
What about the one they showed live on TV?
Good morning.
What about the one? What about the one they showed live on TV that hit?
That's what I'm saying. When they showed it live, they already had it to where it was digitalized going in. Seriously. And if you look at, even the burn structure of the way that the thing burned, there's no plane. There was no plane there. Nothing.
Okay. What about the guy that was doing the documentary and he showed it? He was live. He showed it live when it hit. Like when he was filming, he showed it hit.
I don't know which documentary, because they went by step of this plane, and even aviation pilots and people that are like professionals on this stuff have went step by step showing that it did not happen, it was not true, and that there was no planes that actually hit the Twin Towers. Now,
there were two French brothers that came here to do documentaries on like fire departments in NYC. And they were with that fire department, and they were out there. They were on a call. They were out there, and while they were filming, the first plane, not the second one, first plane, flew over, and they caught it. They caught it hitting because they heard it flying real low, and they shot the cameras up real fast and seen it.
And you see this discussion that you, Christy, and Betty are having. This is exactly why I don't want to get into the plane discussion, because here we are debating on how the act was done rather than who did it. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a red herring.
To sacrifice us. They had to sacrifice us. That's what they do. They're satanic. They're satanic metaphors. That's what they have to do. They sacrificed our people and laughed in our faces.
Okay, so we have an idea of who did it, but when I say who did it, I mean names and faces. We only know a few. We don't know everybody. We don't know who planted the bombs in the buildings.
Number
we
one,
don't know who made.
I think the reason that it was all done was because Bush Sr. had already made a deal with Afghanistan to do the poppy seeds, which is heroin, and for us to go over there and actually protect it. And then the bombing of the Yemen and Syria and shit like that was not supposed to be done, was just to make it look like we're going to war when they didn't even ask for war. They didn't need it. We didn't. We went in there and we destroyed them, and there was no fucking reason for it.
So what I'm saying, Betty, is these are all facts that we know. We know that what they used 9/11 for. We know how it forwarded their agenda. But what I'm saying about who did it is who actually walked into that building, planted those bombs, who called the people and told them not to go to work that day, who stole the gold, who organized the whole thing, who came up with the idea, and who needs to be hung for this shit. That's what we need to be debating about rather than whether there were planes or not.
Either the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds.
Yeah, see, you don't know. You said either.
You can start by acknowledging that one of the Bushes was working in the head of security for the towers during that time.
Yes, Jeb Bush.
Bush. Not Jeb Bush. It's a younger Bush, younger than
Marvin.
Bush Jr.
Marvin.
Okay.
He was the one.
I knew one of them was supposed to be working there. Yeah.
So
and then he killed his maid.
So look at all the key factors. You have him sitting as a head of security there. You have Cheney calling off the planes, who's sitting in a bunker somewhere watching the supposed little war game that he's playing, right? I mean, those are two names that are definitely complicit in it. But I'm sure Cheney knew. I don't know if Junior knew. But then again, the way he sat in that kindergarten class,
he had the book upside down reading it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So the way he was sitting in that class, I mean, those are two names that you can factor in, and you got to look at the owner of the building.
I would say that the owner of the building is part of it. I would say the Clintons are part of it. I would say the Obamas are even part of it, whether you guys believe it or not. Even though they wasn't there, they were still there. I believe that everybody went together, and I believe that the people that are trying to control our earth right now, trying to control the whole entire world, are the ones that was behind the whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Yep,
well, there's a lot of things. Well, listen. When I got on, I was trying to share a link. I don't know if Mo removed it or if it just didn't show up. And this is more current. And the reason
I didn't see a link.
The 9/11 is important, but it's the past. These people are way ahead of that. That's at this point, it is a red herring. Just trying to figure out who did what at 9/11.
Yeah.
Right now you got the coronavirus, and although we here in the States don't seem to be really being affected by it, there's so much information about it right now.
Well, we have 1,000 people infected and over thousands more. We do have that.
We don't know how many are infected in Florida, but they're not releasing the numbers, so that's kind of scary.
So Mo, in the private chat, I just put the link up. This is just one lady. This is one lady that put up. My ex sent me this, and it's a good thing to watch from the beginning to the end because it gives you a little bit of insight on some of the details about the coronavirus.
Okay.
There's even word supposedly that many of the cases that are here in the United States have nothing to do with China. So
yeah, I heard that as well.
So it would. And then the idea that the coronavirus was invented in one of the universities out here, I've heard that. But if
the guy did go to jail in from Harvard, that been working with China since 2011. He did create the coronavirus. I have the documentations on my channel. So.
Yeah, and there's other information. I got another friend of mine that's into it. I mean, I have not been really hardcore paying attention to the coronavirus.
It has AIDS in it. It has AIDS in it. Number one and foremost, HIV-1.
Well, watch that link that I put up there. Hopefully, Mo will share it with everybody.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm still slow with computer. I want to try this shit. This is the last brief Matthew right here, 24.
What now?
It said the last days of a brief comparison.
No.
I think Mayberry tried to say something when I was talking, and we can let her speak.
If you look in the private chat, I put the link up there. You should be able to see it.
Okay. I don't see. It's the last day. Is it the last days?
No, I don't think it's the last day. Here, hold on.
Yes, DTO, you are right. That's the one. Charles Leiber, Harvard bioscience professor, arrested.
Hey, put it in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chat room.
Well, that's part. He's part of it. There's a lot of information on him.
But
Supposedly,
there's one. Let me see.
my buddy that sent me a lot of the information says he's being railroaded. That guy is being railroaded.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, because hang on. I'm gonna go to my news. Hang on. I'll be able to give you more information on this. We got people actually on the ground in China. We got people on the ground here that's watching all of this stuff in action. And like I told you about the CDC, somebody actually did a text message to the actual director of the CDC, and she said that 1,000 people have it, and they don't know how many more, and in 32 states, something like that.
Well,
When she was asked the question, she blocked them because she blocked either way, and I have the text messages, huh?
If you look, if you're able to get that link, I don't know if Mo's been able to post it yet, but it has to do with 5G.
5G is really bad, and I don't know why President Trump wants us to have it.
But here's the deal. Here, before I make a comment on it, it's 5G. The illness is based on this the link that I'm giving you. If you read it, and the illness is actually 5G. It's not pneumonia. It's not anything like that. It's 5G. The idea behind it is because 5G oxygen molecules absorb 5G, and what it does is it incapacitates your body to process it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you're going to start getting symptoms like as if you have something wrong with your
respiratory.
Your respiratory. You'll also get issues with your brain. And when it becomes overwhelming, the symptoms that they're saying, like people are just collapsing. I don't know. They're fine 1 second, and all of a sudden they're collapsing.
Yeah, I have those.
Well, pneumonia doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
So if you start considering, you have those people on the ships that they're locked down. They can't go anywhere. And the 5G that's on those ships, which those ships have 5G, that was part of their big upgrade.
Oh,
it's still going.
5 minutes, man. Hold it down. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hold it down.
The 5G is still going on. It's turned on and operating on those ships.
I didn't think about that at all because, I was talking to people who were just working on the 5G and got cancer and shit like that. And the government wouldn't even pay for their cancer treatments or anything. And most women got it in their stomachs.
I have a theory on the 5G coronavirus connection myself, but what you were saying, Conspiracy Box, that does make a lot of sense. What I did hear about 5G is that it causes flu-like symptoms. And they cranked up 5G in Wuhan around the same time the so-called coronavirus thing broke out. So my thought was maybe they released this bioweapon, got a bunch of people sick, knowing they'll run to the hospital, and the sickness starts with flu-like symptoms. Then they crank up the 5G, which causes flu-like symptoms. So people who don't have the bioweapon would think they're infected with it and run to the hospital surrounded by infected people and inevitably get themselves infected.
I mean, think about that. Did you hear the report? Did you hear the report of 300 people on a plane and one had the virus? The CDC was totally against them putting the guy on a plane with 300 other people who weren't showing any kind of thing, and they did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But the link. I mean, I'm hoping that you guys are able to get the link because I'd like to be able to use this resource. Back in the day when I was having my head pop with all this conspiracy stuff, there was no way for me to share anything other than what I was learning and show a book.
We got some new guys. We got something new. I got to talk about it. Okay.
Harvey Weinstein found guilty.
Here we go. Panic. Buying of food clears stores in Italy. Coronavirus. Let's read this. The panic has begun. As reported on this website on Saturday here, the world is now suddenly realizing the scope and deadliness of coronavirus, and they are panicking. Store shelves are literally being cleared of food as people desperately trying to prepare for the coming quarantines. Those who waited to prepare are now panicking to do so now. Store shelves wiped out. If you guys could see this, you could see nothing on them. Nothing. They're gone. There's nothing. Wow. There's nothing. Let me see if I can turn this around somehow and let you guys see this.
You should be able to share the screen.
Tell me I don't know how to do that. Tell me if you can see that. Can you see this?
Put it a little closer.
Hang on just a second. Can you see this right here?
Somewhat.
Barely, yeah.
Okay, do you see
If
this?
Mo, if Mo would give you the full screen, we could. But yeah, I can make out what you're showing.
Okay, this right here is all where food used to be. All.
Mhm.
Okay, it's gone. This right here is all where food used to be, and the meats. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They're empty.
Is that a legit picture? That could be one that they done a long time ago and just using it to scare everybody.
No, this person that I pay for this information. Everything is going. Look at this.
I believe it. I can believe that's certainly a problem.
And it says this will begin repeating itself over and over elsewhere, including here in America.
Well, look, the point of me sharing that link is for people to inform themselves, but even more so, we should really attempt.
And it says, what will be left for you when this storm hits here in America? Better get yours while you still can.
We should really attempt to, as you know, as patriots, as human beings and supporters of Trump, to get him to maybe step back a little bit from this 5G shit.
That's what I was going to ask. Why, if there's something that we could do to ask him not to put, because I didn't understand why he wanted 5G. I was like, we got 4G.
All of this stuff, you have to, like all this stuff, you have to put it on blast. The only way to put it on blast is that a mass of people start beginning to put it up there, so that it now starts to become a trending. I'm not saying necessarily to put the link that I'm trying to share with you guys.
But we don't really. Well, I mean, I will. I don't know how to do it from here. I'm new at this stuff, really, to be honest.
You copy the link, copy the address of the link. Once you get to it, copy the link and then start sharing that.
Oh, I will. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I will. I'll look at it and then I'll share it. I always do, because I want my people to be informed no matter where they get their information. I tell them all the time, go everywhere. Go everywhere. I go everywhere.
But the sooner that we start spreading it to give average Joe Q public the concern, then that starts to create the waves. The problem is that you got mass media that shoots one agenda, one narrative, and people are taken up by it, and then a lot of us spend the rest of the time arguing those people that want to believe the narrative, as opposed to actually looking up information and informing themselves a little bit more about this stuff.
Yep.
So we get lost in these conversations about 9/11, as important as it is. I don't think anybody on this panel believes that it just happened because some terrorists decided to fly some planes in a building. The way everything happened, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And
hey, listen, guys, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. But Hilario De Leon, man, I see you just got on the panel not too long ago. Do you have any questions for me on anything that I talked about, or because I think me and you had a little back and forth there in the chat, or you made some comments that I responded to. So if there's anything, on your mind that you want to share, I'll hang around for it before I go.
Is it me?
Okay. No, Hilario De Leon.
Oh.
But I don't think he's at his mic because I don't hear anything. So.
Oh, there he went.
He's trying to mute and unmute.
You're unmuted, buddy. So check your microphone. Hey, Citizen, sorry to see you go, man. I would have loved to have talked to you for a little longer.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I'll be live on my channel either tomorrow, but Wednesday for sure. But I want to do something in between time. Hey, so I'll be around, brother.
Hey, listen, if you drop on the private chat, do you see the link that I put up there? I'm gonna do it again.
I don't know. Let me see, because I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got it. I see it.
That link. Do me a favor. Watch that link, and if you feel it, I think it's a nice little opener for people to watch and understand what's going on with this coronavirus and some of the issues surrounding it.
Hey, I'm about to head off here, y'all. I gotta go to work a little bit.
Mo's gotta go.
Tell Kelly.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
All right, everybody.
It was nice meeting everybody. Thank you for having me on, Mo. I hope to see you guys on my channel, and I'll come to see you guys on your channel.
Peace.
Absolutely. Peace out.
Peace out. Mwah.